Hi, IndieGems here, bringing your attention to a very decent arcade Formula 1 racer called New Star GP. Released in March of this year, it has had very positive reviews on Steam, and I can see why. Let's jump in and take a look. In New Star GP, you take control of your own motorsport team, making decisions on race strategy, technological development, team hiring and morale, pit stop management, and of course racing your car around the circuits. There are 5 seasons organised by decades, starting in the 1980s and finishing in the 2020s. With each decade comes faster cars, better upgrades, more difficult circuits and tighter races with cars better matching your own. The racing is arcade based and there are lots of things happening that you probably wouldn't see in a sim. Collisions are quite forgiving and cutting corners doesn't penalise you too much, apart from slowing a car down if you veer off the course too much. The car does sustain damage and there is a colour coded system to show you damage around your car, including tyre wear. Components can fail whilst driving. Sometimes you'll get a warning that something is about to fail, giving you time to get in the pit and repair it. And other times tyres blow, brakes fail and your gearbox breaks without warning, leaving you struggling to limp back to the pits. Whilst you're in the pits, you can change tyres, fill up with gas and make any repairs necessary. There is a weather forecast that predicts the weather which you can get before the race, which may affect your decision on which tyres to fit. You also have to gauge how much gas to put in your car depending on whether you'll have decided to go for a 1-stop, 2-stop or a custom pit stop strategy. It can be really annoying if you have to pit stop again because you didn't put enough gas into your tank, yet just as annoying if you put too much gas in, leaving your car sluggish and wasting valuable time in the pits. Before the race starts, there is the option to add perks which can have a massive effect on the race outcome. They can alleviate some of the pit stop issues by fully automating pit stops, meaning the right amount of gas will always go in and tyres are changed automatically too. Other perks will earn you more prize money, make your car faster or handle better, and others benefit your team with morale boosters. Probably the most important perk is the ability to start the GP again, which can make all the difference. Perks cannot just be picked from a list though. You will only be offered a choice of 2 perks, and sometimes they'll both be ones you don't particularly want. Often you'll need to wait half a season before getting a juicy perk like Restart a GP. Perks have to be earned, and the only way to get perks is to compete in various events to earn cups. When you have enough cups, a perk is unlocked. These events are always the same: beating a particular time on a lap, winning an elimination race, competing in a race around a circuit in reverse order, checkpoint races, and a one-on-one race with a particular rival. Soon you will find that you have more perks than perk slots, and will need to decide which perks to allocate. In any Formula 1 team you have staff, including pit staff, garage staff and a communications manager. It is your job to keep their morale up and keep them happy. Any decisions you make will have an effect on their happiness rating. Usually you'll be offered a choice of decisions where one answer will improve morale for one faction and decrease happiness for the other. You can pay for morale boosters if you like, but it's generally quite easy to manage morale, but I wasn't quite clear how different states of happiness had an effect on the team. Winning races earns you prize money, plus any money perks you may have attached, and with this money you can upgrade your car in various areas like handling, acceleration, top speed, braking, tyre wear and efficiency. There are several tiers of upgrade and they get progressively more expensive as your stats in those areas improve. If you are low on money, you can pay for a temporary boost from another team which will run out after a certain amount of laps, but it's really useful to give you an extra edge. I was quite impressed with the management side of things. It's not too in-depth that it's going to bog you down, but it does have a genuine effect on the race, and upgrades provide notable improvements to your car. There are lots of little choices you are continually making, including whether to reply and potentially annoy a rival racer, making them more aggressive towards you on the track, or taking bribes to throw a race or stop someone from getting on the podium. The actual racing is so much fun and the handling of the car is superb. It is so easy to get completely engrossed in proceedings and will frustrate as much as delight due to the on-the-edge racing and competitive field of cars. The tracks are all faithful representations of existing tracks, although you may be racing on the short or full circuits. There are at least 16 different circuits as I write this review, with the last decade still to reach, so maybe more. There are driving lines and speed indicators to help you navigate the tracks, and a small map if you can keep one eye on it. I do not believe you can turn off these assists to make it harder. They are not in the settings anyway, although you are given the option of normal or hard difficulty at the start of your career, which you are unable to change once you have started. There is also an option to rewind and try again if you crash or make a mistake, although doing this will affect the amount of cups you earn and will diminish your prize money. As you travel through the decades, you will start to notice the difference in car speed and handling, and the cost of upgrades also increases. Tracks are mostly full versions and are much harder with more turns. On each lap you get a boost which you can use whenever you want. It's a bit like DRS, as you can just use a bit of it to overtake opponents, or use it all on one long stretch to catch up if you're behind. Driving is a pleasure and feels satisfying and rewarding. Many races are dramatic and nail-biting affairs, which keep you on the edge of your seat. Apart from career mode, there's also an option to create your own championship with up to 4 people participating, with lots of customization options and a hot lap mode competing on leaderboards and racing against your ghost. There is certainly a lot of content here. New Star GP is one of my favourite arcade racing games surrounding Formula 1, and it has so many different facets to the experience, including a fun management process and a rival system. The driving was entertaining and felt perfectly balanced, with lots of things happening to think about, like weather conditions, the state of your car and whether you should pit or not, how much gas to put in during a stop, and when to use your boost. The difficulty increases as you progress and starts to become challenging during the 2010 and 2020s, but you can always opt for the harder difficulty, which will challenge the best of racers. If you enjoy arcade races, then I would definitely recommend you take a look at this one. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments which arcade races you enjoy.